Well, good afternoon and welcome to Live at the NABC. And I know that our lips don't exactly match the video we've got. And we've got our special guest here. It's a little bit different special guest than we were expecting, but she'll do just as good. She's fabulous. Sharon Harrell is with us. My name is Scott Edgett. And we're excited to be here today. And we're really excited to be outside. Aren't we, Sharon?
Oh, you just cannot believe how my heart is beating to be outside in this wonderful weather.
I asked Spencer, better known as Petey, how fast it was going to take Sharon and I to get wet. He said, well, when we went behind the scenes, it kind of quit. And he said, now it started up again. And we're getting a combination of yuck. It's sleet, rain, and snow in between. And we're in that transition period here in Ely. We're enjoying our time, but we've been stuck inside an awful lot, haven't we?
Well, I haven't because I work outside, but the colors are just bursting around here. Just a great celebration of fall.
It's a great celebration of fall, but we've been stuck inside for about 19 days. They're saying our run in Ely with clouds and rain and on and off stuff has been about 19 days. I guess we can't complain. We don't have the weather that they have in some of the other countries, correct?
Oh, that's right. And we did see the sun, 3 days ago? It was out for about 15 seconds.
Yeah, well, either way, we're just lucky to be here, and we want to welcome everybody from the for the live. It's really cool to be able to come out here and get snowed on right now. I think we're getting sleet on right now. But it's really nice to be able to do this. And Sharon mentioned on our way out here, we're kind of like the mailmen or mail people. We are out here, rain, snow, sleet, or sunshine. I think it's been mostly the first two.
Yeah, and we're going to get it all in the next 10 minutes so you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, just watch my hair. But we've got Spencer out here watching for Tasha, and we've got help. We've also got one of our bear educators up on the deck. And, of course, right when I say bear educator up on the deck, I forget his name.
Rich.
Sorry, Rich. And Rich is from the East Coast area, right? Not really East Coast, but Connecticut area. And he's up there watching for Tasha. And I'll tell you what, how about the pond? Look at how clear that pond is. Wow. Makes you almost want to go swim in it, don't it?
No.
But we're going to talk about Tasha. She's smarter than us right now. She's been in her den for about, how many days now?
I recalculated, and you're right, it's 7 days. She's been in since October 4th.
So she's been in since last seen October 4th or in since October 4th?
She's been in since October 2nd. The last time we saw her would have been on the 3rd, and so I'm saying the 4th, that no one has seen her.
So she's denning about how many weeks early compared to last year?
Approximately almost 3 weeks earlier than last year.
Almost 3 weeks, and we were watching the bears earlier in the summer months as they were moving into hyperphagia into the very, very early fall, not even really fall. We were saying, something was going on. It looked like these bears were going to go in early. They were eating a lot earlier. Their hyperphagia seemed to kick in earlier. You were saying it, by gosh, Sharon, you were right.
Can everybody write that down and send him a memo on that? Sharon was right. Just teasing.
Well, we don't want to get into that, but she usually is. It's always just me questioning. But, Tasha's denning in her own dug den again, correct?
Yes, and the interesting thing about the den is she likes it pretty messy. She likes to put a lot of debris in it and leaves, and she's done that. But then through the summer, Holly would go in and she would take it all out and she'd put it back in, so it was a challenge to see who was going to take that den. And for everybody that knows, of course, Tasha finally got it. But she was pretty reluctant for a couple days after Holly went into the large bunker. She's
denning now, and boy, what a good choice she made with this weather.
It's interesting how the bears have chosen to go in this year because, like Scott said earlier, they started very early in about the 3rd week of August preparing, and I told everyone, I said, I got a feeling it's going to be an early year this year. True to form, the bears have proven themselves to be correct.
It's kind of amazing how you could see that with all the wildlife. I was seeing it with the red squirrels. I was seeing it with many man, you do a great job.
Well,
you know,
thanks, Scott. Thank you. Thank you. I said thank you, Scott.
Nice, nice. But you know what? I'll tell you what, our bear keeper slash curator slash a number of different things has seen so many different things this year. So has Judy Thone, and our interns have gotten to see it, and our bear, all of our bear educators have gotten to see it. You guys have on cams. But this year we're trying hard, and I'm going to just talk about it. We're going to try hard to get a cam put in Holly and Lucky's den with sound. We're going to try, and we've got a cam ordered right now. I'm waiting for that cam to come, and I don't want to turn the contest on with Holly versus Scott or Scott versus Holly. We all know that Holly's ahead of me, and yes, I'd like an opportunity to catch up because I don't like to lose, but the bottom line is we're going to try and make it so that it's impossible for her to touch it and very possible for you guys to have a good view. I can't tell you the exact date this is going to turn on, but I am going to tell you that we're trying very hard to get sound with it. It's been requested. We've got a cam coming, and as soon as that cam arrives, we're going to try struggling with the weather here to see if we can beat the weather to get it installed correctly. But let's talk, while we're on Holly and Lucky and the cams, let's talk about Holly and Lucky. Would you mind doing that?
Sure. Lucky and Holly, as I posted a video showing, Holly went into the big bunker while Lucky was out, and then he went to go in, and you saw me shake it because there was some grumbling going on. And then maybe 15 seconds went by, and he slowly went in, and it may have been his den in the first place, but now it's her den, and she's allowing him to come in.
Well, it kind of makes me feel bad in a way because she kind of has control, so this cam thing's starting to worry me.
Well, she does have control, and just for everyone, she is sleeping by the door. He finally got his place. She was in the back, and now she's moved to the front, and Lucky has his original position that he loves to be in the rear of the bunker. So it's really nice, but good luck with the camera.
I'm wondering how Sharon knows all that stuff with that small doorway. They don't allow you to go in there with them, do they?
No, they don't allow, but I see her sweet face looking out at me. So,
wow. That light that comes in there, we'll actually have a good view of the cam. Could that be?
It could be because they banked the straw at one time, but now they've re-raked it and it's inside.
You know, and that brings up another point. We talk about straw for the bears. We talk about bedding to make them comfortable over the winter months. I just want to let everybody know out there, our number one goal is to keep the bears comfortable. And sometimes keeping the bears comfortable requires us to the amount of bedding that they need to be warm and have a comfortable denning. And what that also does, that hurts our cams. But ultimately, the North American Bear Center wants to take care of the bears the way they need to be taken care of. And I know all you out there understand. And I know sometimes it gets frustrating with the cams that you can't see Ted or you can't see Lucky and Holly if we do have a cam in there because of straw. Ultimate goal of the Bear Center is to take care of the bears, correct?
That's absolutely correct, and that's my highest priority is to make sure our bears are in good care.
And, you know, with that said, I have complimented Sharon and the group on, our bears look great. They really do. And, you know, we get some concerns once in a while about the bears. That brings me to my next thing. I just want to kind of talk about a little bit of a thing we went through this week, starting on Saturday with Ted. Ted is a very popular bear here at the North American Bear Center. He's a bear that loves people, loves vocalizations. He's just a great bear. Pretty much touches all the kids' hearts and the adults. He's just a good bear, and he had a little bit of a struggle there on Saturday and Sunday. We were a little bit worried. For Ted, it's very unusual for him not to eat, and he started showing a little bit of disinterest in eating. Correct, Sharon?
He showed a lot of interest in not eating and wouldn't respond to the children.
And that becomes something that we get concerned about. So on Sunday we talked to the vets. The vet did a wonderful job and drove here from quite a way, pretty close to 80, 90 miles away. Drove up here, looked at Ted. They determined that Ted had a pocket underneath his chin, correct?
a large spot. When Dr. Rogers and I first checked it, it was draining, but it was about the size of a baseball. Then later on, as the pus was, coming out, it was getting smaller. What still had about a golf ball size knot under his chin, and it was still dripping. So we were able to get a smear on a slide so she could test it.
She's very descriptive. And I got to tell you something. Best thing that can happen to an abscess of any type or kind is for it to be open or break open on its own. And I've had some dogs that have had that situation, and they always bust them open, they leave them open so that they can drain properly and the infection can get out. But we also had Ted on some antibiotics. His first mom and his only mom that raised him, who's just loves Ted and loved Honey, was notified right away, and we want to let you know out there that Ted is doing good. He looked up this morning, and he was smiling. He made his noise. And that bear is just a great bear. He's on antibiotics now. He's doing good. He's eating. I know he's slowing down too, though. He's slowing down.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty cold out right now, and it's been raining for many days. So he did come out for the first behind the scenes, and was out after that too for the second one. So he's ready to eat. And then late Sunday afternoon, he had his first dose of antibiotics, and one of the little kids said hi to him, and he actually grunted. So that's just heads up for Ted. And the doctors that Dr. Jen that came to look at him, he was real good. She went in with him. He was just fine, and it worked out really well for him.
Yeah, it's nice. We've got some wonderful veterinarians up here, and they really do care about the bears. And Sharon and the staff care about the bears and care about Ted. And Sharon, great job noticing what you noticed, and you know your bears. You know those bears very well, and I really appreciate that. But as we move away from Ted a little bit, and knowing that all's going to be good with Ted, that he's just going to finally probably bed down here. When does Ted normally hibernate?
Ted usually is done about the second week of November. Even he is looking like he's ready a little earlier this year.
Yeah, and that kind of gives us an idea what we got for weather up here. It amazes me that animals probably know more about the weather than we do, or know what's going to happen, because they were planning for winter much earlier than we were, and it came upon us pretty quick. We didn't have much of a fall.
We didn't have hardly any. In fact, the colors are just popping, as I said earlier, this past week. But the cold has really been for quite a while, and the rain.
Yeah, and they're saying highs Monday, Tuesday, right around the 30, 32-degree range, and they're forecasting maybe 3 inches of snow overnight tonight through tomorrow, maybe more. Some people have said 3 to 5 inches plus. I've even heard as much as 5 to 10. I don't see that, but who knows the weather except for the weather itself? And the bears, they probably know better than us, don't they?
They probably do.
And I wanted to ask Lynn about the weather, because he's always been pretty good about weather. He's got many talents. And by the way, I hope all you folks out there have gotten to see the North American Bear Center that are out worldwide and across the United States, because I'll tell you what, we have a wonderful exhibit on Dr. Lynn Rogers' 50 years of research, didn't we?
Yes, and it's absolutely wonderful. People go in there, don't realize how much work that he has done in the past 50 years to bring us to
is the way it is today, and the amount of work that all of our volunteers and staff has put into the Bear Center, directed by Dr. Lynn Rogers. And one of our folks that works, one of our staff members that works directly with Lynn, Judy, she has done a phenomenal job with the wording and everything, and all you across the country and world that have helped out with proofreading and designing and different things. You can all be proud of the North American Bear Center today and for the future. And we got some pretty cool things coming up here yet this fall, don't we?
We do, and one of them is...
What is it, Sharon?
Give Men.
We do have Give Men coming up here on the in the November area. We'll be announcing that a little bit later about Give Men, and we'll be excited about that program starting in November. It's the 24-hour run event for nonprofits for donations. A huge event for us, and we've done so many wonderful things with it over the years. As you take a look at the North American Bear Center, and every dollar is squeezed and squeezed and squeezed.
And squeezed.
And, you know, we thank all you out there for the effort you've given, but we will be giving more information on that. And Sharon, you know, speaking of information, we are coming up on a day this month that we are going to be closing. And do you know what that date is?
On October 21st, we will be closing.
And once we close the doors on October 21st, we will be hibernating for the winter. And it's a sad day. It's always a sad day. And I told you last time we got on live that I know the days are getting sad when I see the interns leave and bear educators, and then Judy Thone leaves, and that's the beginning of the hibernation period. And I always tell her, "Oh, it's so sad to see you go. I know that we're going to be not turning the lights on soon." For all the guests that are here at the North Center today, we thank you for being here and watching this live broadcast. We do this 3 to 4 times in the fall at this time of year, and we do it because we want to talk to everybody about the North American Bear Center, and we know we got a lot of leaf watchers up here. We know we've got a lot of folks that are enthused about wildlife and what happens in Ely. Sharon, you're shaking. And, you know, it's really interesting to see the difference in groups that come here on spring, summer, and fall, how it changes. We got the leaf watchers up here, and we've got people that just enjoy the outdoors. And again, we thank you for supporting the North American Bear Center. We've got some other great attractions in the Ely area for you. Got nice restaurants. We have great museums. We've got the International Wolf Center just to the east of us, about 2 miles, roughly a mile and a half. And we ask you to visit them. By the way, your bracelets that you're wearing, yep, she's showing me their bracelet in the window. That gets you $1 off at the International Wolf Center, off their admission. And by gosh, you know, you might as well take advantage of a coupon. I love coupons. I like discounts, don't you?
Discounts are great.
And, you know, the International Wolf Center's got a lot to offer. They're a fabulous facility. We have a very close relationship in working together. And I understand that their symposium is this weekend. Am I correct?
Yes, the Wolf Symposium starts tomorrow, Thursday, and runs through the weekend. And I hear Dr. Mesh is going to be here with Dr. Rogers on Monday, so that should be interesting.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's cool. Meach. Yeah. Dr. David Meach, right?
Dr. David Meach.
Yes. Boy, usually I would mess that up. But anyway, that's going on this weekend here in Ely. We're hoping to have a lot of guests and go back and forth. But the National Wolf Center is another fun spot to go to. I don't know how long the Dorothy Mulder Museum's open. I don't want to be an infomercial, but that's another great place to visit for learning, and there's others too.
And we had the Historical Societies, the museums open up at the VCC also.
Really? It's really neat. We had that too. Again, we want to say thanks to everybody in here at the North American Bear Center today. And we also want to all the pod chatters and narrators and all the people watching right now. And we thank you for with us. And we're sorry about the voices, the lips that are moving, match the picture. But we are going to be getting that cured real soon, too, with a soundboard. And that should be here probably within the next week or two, so that it's here on time for Give to the Max Day, so that we're perfect in all of our talking. So we're moving forward. Is coming along. That should be done by no later than the 12th to 14th of November, finally completed. And they have assured me that they're going to complete that, and I'm excited about that finally. You?
Oh, that's going to be exciting because it's already beautiful in there.
Yeah, and that's thanks to your donations. That's thanks to all the help that we got out there from all you guys and gals. I mean, this is just a wonderful thing. And we want to say we'll see you next Wednesday. We don't know how the weather's going to be, but we'll be out here, right?
Yeah, we might have to toboggan their snowshoe in, but that's okay.
We want to thank our wonderful Spencer and our educator up on the deck for watching Asha for us, because we are out in an enclosure with a bear that could come up and visit, and we really don't care to be in here visiting with her. So they're watching and braving the weather. Thank you. And thanks to the staff and all the bear educators and supporters out there. We're going to sign off now. We're going to see you next Wednesday at 1 o'clock Ely time. And for all of you out there watching, thank you and have a great day. Bye now.
Bye, folks. Thank you.